Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the seal of the prophets and the messenger of mercy. In the name of Allah, and praise be to Allah. Muhammad ibn Abdullah is regarded as one of the greatest figures in the history of humanity. Many researchers and historians consider him the most influential human being in people's lives throughout history. He came at a time when the world was filled with ignorance, chaos, and the worship of idols. Wars and tribal conflicts were tearing people apart. The weak were oppressed, the poor were looked down upon, women were humiliated, and many human values had collapsed. Therefore, Allah sent Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, as a mercy, guidance, and light for all mankind, to restore human dignity and to call people towards goodness, faith, and noble morals. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was born in the holy city of Mecca, one of the most famous cities of the Arabian Peninsula. He grew up as an orphan, losing his father before his birth, and later losing his mother while still a child. From an early age, he experienced sorrow, loss, and hardship. Yet these experiences did not make him harsh or arrogant. Instead, they made him more compassionate and sensitive towards the weak and the deprived. As a young man, he worked as a shepherd and later in trade. He was known for his honesty and trustworthiness, never cheating or betraying others, until people gave him the title, the truthful and the trustworthy. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, loved goodness and hated injustice and corruption. He constantly searched for truth and wisdom. He would often retreat alone to the cave of Hira, reflecting upon the creation of Allah and the condition of humanity. Then the divine revelation came to him from Allah, marking one of the greatest moments in human history. With this revelation began the message of Islam, which called people to worship Allah alone and to free humanity from the worship of idols, desires, and oppression. Allah sent the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, to the entire world, not to one nation alone. His message was for Arabs and non-Arabs, for the poor and the rich, for men and women, and for everyone seeking truth and guidance. He called for justice, mercy, equality, knowledge, and noble character. He taught that a person should not be judged by color, lineage, or wealth, but by morals and righteous deeds. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, endured many forms of harm and persecution. Some people mocked him, fought against him, surrounded him with hostility, and harmed both him and his companions. Yet he remained patient and steadfast. He did not call for revenge or hatred. Rather, he encouraged kind words, mercy, and forgiveness. When he finally entered Mecca victorious after years of suffering, he did not seek revenge against his enemies. Instead, he forgave them, and this became one of the greatest examples of mercy and tolerance in history. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, loved children and treated them kindly. He played with them and showed them affection. He loved the poor and needy and sat among them with humility. He honored women, advised people to treat them well, and taught respect for parents, maintaining family ties and kindness toward neighbors. For this reason, love for him entered the hearts of people, and his companions loved him deeply because they saw in him a truthful, merciful, and humble human being. Muslims believe that Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is the seal of the prophets and messengers, meaning that he is the final prophet sent by Allah to guide humanity. He came with a complete and universal message that called for goodness, peace, knowledge, and justice. The Holy Quran, revealed to him, remains a source of guidance and light for billions of people across time. His teachings influenced nations and civilizations and contributed greatly to spread knowledge, morality, and justice throughout many parts of the world. When a person reads about the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, they see in him a remarkable example of honesty, humility, patience, and wisdom. He was a wise leader, a great teacher, a compassionate father, a generous husband, and a loyal friend. He lived a simple and humble life, never loving pride or luxury. Instead, he found joy in helping people and bringing happiness into their hearts. Love for the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, enters the heart when a person learns about his character, mercy, patience, and the greatness of his message. He was the prophet of mercy and guidance who called people toward goodness, peace, love, and justice. He worked to bring humanity out of ignorance, oppression, and corruption into the light of guidance and noble morals. His name continues to be remembered with love and honor throughout the world, and he remains an example for everyone seeking truth, mercy, and goodness. In the end, I thank you for listening, and I hope that I have benefited you. And Allah is the one who grants success.